What's going on, everybody? It's Likes from Madden Daily, and thank you for giving us more than 75 likes on part 1 of the 5-wide offense. This is part 2 of the shotgun empty tray 5-wide offense in Indy's playbook. In part 1, we showed you that the play we come out in is called wide corner. It's a very good play, especially against press coverage. And then we use 3 out of the 4 quick audibles. First play we're going to show you is a play called Colts Unders. Now, before we make any adjustments to the play, I want to show you that the tight ends route, the slot route to the right, that in route, and the slot to the left, his smart routed out route, all 3 get open, wide open against man coverage. Now we have to figure out how to make this play better. And one thing we realize is on the left side, the left outside receiver is on a unbubbable fade, which is good. It's great against press coverage, especially if there's not too high safeties. But we realize then, especially against a cover 2 zone, when the flat zone bumps that left corner, he actually bumps him to the inside, and we don't like that. So if we do see press coverage with only one safety over the top or no one on that left seam, we will leave him on a unbubbable fade. But if we see a safety over the top, even against press coverage, we're going to put him on a regular fade route, and that will work a lot better, especially against a cover 2 zone. But if there's no safety over the top versus press coverage, we're going to leave him on the unbubbable fade as he torches man press for a touchdown. So mainly he's going to be on a regular fade. We're going to put him on a fade unless there's only one safety over the top in press coverage. Now on the right side, what we like to do with that outside right receiver is either drag him or put him on a fade. Now putting him on a fade will destroy cover 2 because we'll have 2 fades plus the post. But for a universal setup, we like to drag him and then motion him to the left in between the tight end and the slot. It's very easy to tell man zone. Once we're able to tell man, we know that the left slot's going to get open, the slant gets open, and the tight end on his post. Then versus zone, it would be a great quick pass directly in the middle. You're just going to throw a high pass. You could see that the zones are moving up the field to stop the tight end on his post. The drag's wide open for a nice quick read. Versus stock 2-man under, the drag doesn't get open for some reason. But if your opponent plays a 2-man under and presses, so if the slot receivers are both getting pressed, now the drag will actually get open majority of the time. And the reason why he gets open is because the corner pressing the slot receiver will actually bump into the guy guarding the drag, leaving the drag open. So the drag becomes a very good read, especially against man press, because the out route and the in route were both our quick reads. So now we have the drag as a quick read, and if he's not open, we have the post route. And if both are not open, we still have the out route to the left as he breaks off the bump. Now let's move on to off coverage. Again, we're going to re-fade the left outside receiver. Now, if you're a member of our site, we showed you one concept of killing a cover 3 zone. If there's no zones in that right seam or any seam when doing a fade, you could throw a bullet pass to the inside, click on, and user catch. So versus a cover 3 zone, if the slot receiver gets bumped, that's an all-day user catch for a nice gain. Besides that, we're going to do the same thing, same reads. Put the outside right receiver on a drag, motion him to the left right before he gets, or in between the tight end and the slot. That's our first read. If he's open, we're going to throw to him. If not, we're going to move on and either hit the slant or the post over the top. All 3 of those routes work very good together because the drag will bring down hook zones, leaving the post open, and it will also bring hook zones to the left, leaving the slant open. So they work very nicely together. You just have to find a window to hit either of the receivers. As you're going to see, I'm going to hit the slant now, and he gets open because the drag is pushing everyone to the left. So with this setup, you have short, intermediate, and long developing reads. Let's move on to another play, wide receiver screen. It's a quick audible out of this formation. That's one of the reasons why we like this shotgun empty tray, because we could come out in the wide corner, then use the double in play and also the wide receiver screen, which is going to kill off coverage zone. No matter what it is, cover 3, cover 4, your opponent's going to have to manually play that right side if they're in off coverage zone. Here we just ran the screen without any type of adjustments to it, and we almost took it to the house. Now there are things we like to do to make this better. You have to note that if your opponent's in off coverage man, it might look like it's open, but that corner will jump down, so you have to be careful. They can pick that off. So you need a read just in case they are in off coverage man. And the left side, you have it. You have the corner route that's going to kill off coverage man every single time. Right as he makes the cut, you're going to throw to him. Now to add to that, to beat man on the right side, you can put the tight end on an out route. So if you're looking, the first thing you're doing is looking at the right corner. If he runs down right away, we know it's man. We could throw to the tight end. You throw that down and to the right. If you do it right, the blockers will block for him as he makes the catch. So now you're doing the makeshift screen to the tight end. So you have the corner route and out route as reliable options against man coverage. Now versus zone, you could still throw to the screen with this setup. You just have to be careful because the tight end was originally supposed to block. So when throwing to the outside right receiver, you just want to wait a little bit more as your blockers get to the right side, just to make sure that flat zone does not get unblocked. You want to make sure he's blocked. Now another variation we like to do with this play, if our opponent is manually playing the right side in off coverage zone, is to drag the slot receiver on the left. That way, if they automatically bite down on the receiver, we could just throw to the drag, and now we have a screen to him. To throw that, we're going to throw down and to the right, just like the tight end, right as he makes his way to the middle of the field. So if you do it right, you should have plenty of blockers, and this could be a touchdown every single time. So your opponent has to either pick guarding manually the outside right receiver or the slot. And we're only going to do this in off coverage. Now, if it's off coverage man, the last thing we might do is curl the outside left receiver just for a quick read against a man blitz. The final play we're breaking down is called goes wide shake, which is pretty much 4 verticals. The tight end is on a shake route, which is going to kill man coverage every single time. And then you have 4 verts to kill zone. So here we're just showing you 2-man under. The tight end is going to get wide open. But the issue is if they do play 2-man under and they manually play the tight end, we're screwed. So what we need to do is figure out ways to have another option to beat man while still killing zone if they're in cover 3 or cover 2 zone. So one thing we like to do is smart route, out route one of the outside receivers. So either the left outside or right outside receiver will do a smart routed out. That way if they're in a cover 3 zone or cover 1 or cover 0 off coverage man, the out route will be open. Another thing we could do is in route the outside right receiver, motion him before he gets to the slot, and hike the ball. We did this in the Tuesday Madden tip video with the first play, the wide corner, and that's going to kill man every single time, and it works very nicely with the tight end. As you can see, as he makes his cut, both the tight end and in route are open. The last thing we could do with this play to have another route that beats man is to slant the left slot receiver and motion him to the right, hike after a few steps, and when he makes his cut, he's going to destroy man coverage. And this works very nicely, again, with the tight end, because the tight end will get wide open to the left, the slant will get wide open to the right, and they won't bump into each other. So now you have options if it's a 2-man under man coverage. If it's a cover 1, you can always bomb one of the streaks, so you have at least 3 verts at every single time. If it's a cover 2 zone, we would bomb the outside right receivers. Outside receivers. If it's cover 3, we would hit up the seams. As you can see here, both seams are open versus single high look. We're pretty much forcing our opponent to play cover 4 against this play. And if they are in cover 4, we could use all the other plays, whether it's the wide corner, the Colts unders, or even the screen. The screen would absolutely destroy cover 4. So with all of these plays together, it makes a very great shotgun empty Trey, or pretty much a shotgun 5 wide empty scheme. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't. And also one last thing, guys, thank you first for the 75 likes, but one last thing, our channel finally hit over 1 million views. I think that's a pretty good accomplishment. Just to know, it might not be 1 million people, but just to know that one of our videos or all of our videos combined have a total of over 1 million views, I think that's crazy. Thank you guys, and if you want the full indie offensive ebook, go to our website now. Until next time, it's lights. Later.